Yeah, we got the local boys out. And I just happened upon a couple bikers I'm going to join. You see the snowshoes for my tens of followers. You know what that means. Going solo, but end up not going solo because some bikes are here. So anyway, I might end up splitting with them. Icy out here. Yeah, so I woke up this morning and saw 7 inches on the local snow tail, so I figured better come up here. That's twice my minimum for satisfaction of 3-inch. So I was like, I better get up and go. These guys are going in the wrong channel. That's the one for go in the Nordic area. So 2 guys with Yetis. I've ridden with them before. We didn't organize this though, but they were pulled in right when I pulled in, so perfect. And they were heading the way I was going, so joining forces. Yeah, it's rare to be out with some other Yetis. So many people on mountaintops now, and talk more in a minute about the new reveal. This one guy's already snow checked it, and that just came out yesterday. Oh, it's perfect snow biking conditions right now. They were pulling logs out of here way into January, so that's one reason I haven't come out here yet this year. And so you can still see these banks here. Doing a lot of thinning through here, so snow hasn't been great. Otherwise I've been out here more often. Local boys got out in front of us here. Also wanted to kind of test out, I got my sawed-off ski going. Did a few more modifications to it to lighten it up. All of a sudden we're rolling deep. 5 of us. I wasn't even expecting to be with anyone. I think we're gonna make our way out to that lookout tower there. My friend and colleague in Lookouts worked that one forever, so she'd have, or a few times at least, so she would appreciate a picture. That pond looks crazy. Crazy drift. Yeah, this fresh layer is perfect on top of a hard base. So the demise of the snow bike industry with Timber Sled going out of business, or not going out of business, but Polaris deciding they're not going to make them, is some people are just thinking snow bikes are a thing of the past already. The thing is, the whole power sport industry seems to be reeling, so there's just not enough people buying the snow bikes. So I've got some thoughts on that. But the thing is, like, one theory is that, you know, these new sleds are so awesome and they have so much power that people, you know, they've kind of do everything that snow bikes will do, but with more power. So when the turbo factory stuff came out, people didn't want snow bikes because they're underpowered. And definitely on a deep snow day, you struggle with the snow bike. You gotta wait at least a day for the snow to set up. And if you're just getting day after day of deep stuff, it'd be better to be on a sled. I wouldn't mind getting a sled again. I used to have a couple, but once I got into snow biking, I saw no need for a sled. I love the snow bike. But the thing is, most days out of the winter, especially around here in Northeast Oregon, are not deep days. They're days like this, or even junky conditions. And a snow bike is so much more fun on these kind of condition days. Like even today, there's not a crazy amount of new snow, so you can't even really lean over your sled, or even, you don't even need all that power. So you're just carrying around a bunch of dead weight, whereas the snow bike, it's just like single track riding anywhere you want to go. So really most days of the year, and if you're limited to only weekend riding, you just get what you get. Like this is a Saturday, and this wouldn't be all that fun, I don't think, on a sled. Really, right here we only got like 3 or 4 inches of new snow, but you just cruise around everywhere effortlessly on a snow bike. And they're so much lighter and more fuel efficient, and a lot of upside to it. So I just think you get more bang for your buck with a snow bike. There's some other reasons that I personally enjoy the snow bike, but anyway, it's definitely a tool, especially for exploring. I can go kind of effortlessly through some crazy stuff, and for me it's just way more enjoyable, more relaxing than being on a sled and worrying about like the thing toppling off the mountain. Oh, look at this beautiful meadow. And the other thing too, for the spring riding, a lot of people are done with their sleds, putting them up for this season, getting their boats out. And that's when the snow biking really starts getting good, and there's no sled tracks out. So I basically have at least 2 more months of riding here, which you could be doing on a sled, but it's just, to me, it's not as fun. The other upside to spring riding is the lower avalanche conditions and hard packed snow underneath, so you have less chance of hitting something like when you get out in the fall, late or early winter. But yeah, especially that avalanche danger, the days being longer, the warmer temperatures. Spring riding is the best, just like spring skiing. I like backcountry skiing in the spring because of the lower avalanche danger. And especially in Northeast Oregon, you never give up on winter. So right now we're right around spring break, March, mid-March. Definitely have another month and a half of riding, even with our limited snowpack this year. reason I like snow bikes, it's not because I grew up riding dirt bikes or anything, because I didn't. But I do ride mountain bikes, and pretty much everything on two wheels to me is much more preferable. Like the narrowness and the feel of it. Like I never liked riding quads, and even snowmobile never really felt that fun or natural to me. But more than anything, I just feel way safer traveling at the lower speeds and having much more control on side hills, and just anytime you want to stop. It's quite a learning curve to do that with a snowmobile, and even at that, chances of something going wrong are much higher. So I enjoy the feel. Oh, I should have brought some tinted lenses today. I wasn't expecting so much sun. Ooh, that ridge is looking sweet. Alright, I don't come out here, or I haven't been out here for a while. Glad these guys are coming out here, because this is one of those ridges I like exploring. That's what's great about the snow bike, is exploring, and a lot of people, it's just different styles of riders. A lot of snow bikers like to hang out in one spot and find some jumps or whatever, but these are great exploring tools. Oh, that was hard. Woo! All the... Oh, sweet! All the snow has blown off that. Oh, grass. Where there's grass, there's often rocks. Yep, there's rocks. I'm tempted to go down in. It'd be a good day to go into some of this stuff. Although I'm a little worried about how slick the surface is underneath, and got a bunch of brand new snow overnight on it, so doubt there'd be a slab, but you might get some pretty good sloughing. And these would be all textbook terrain traps, so if you got something moving and took you down into one of these creeks, it would stack up on you pretty quick. So that's the one element of the Blue Mountains you got to be careful about, especially on a snow bike. You can get on these side hills and pretty quickly get yourself in a spot that if it slides, it would stack on top of you pretty quick. And if you have 10 feet of snow on top of you sitting in a creek bottom, people are not going to pull you out of there quick enough to survive, probably, if you survive the trauma. So it's all about playing the odds. Works that tower. Oh, slid out. Ski just washed out, looks like. You good? Ski just wash out? Yeah. Hit that ice? Back there. Doesn't look like it balled up, so they were eyeing my ski. He just washed out on his Yeti ski on that side hill. These quiver skis hold a true line. I've always talked about that. Only downside is in that sticky snow. They're kind of become difficult to steer, but that's why I cut this one down. I cut like 8 inches off the back of it just to try as a spring ski. And then they're heavier too. That's the other reason I cut it down, just to take some weight off of it. But my buddy Luke Brown invented this ski and produced it, and it's been really good for me. Which, speaking of Luke, he's the one that gave me the idea that no one's talking about with the whole changeover in the snow bike industry and timber sled giving up production and just not a lot of people buying kits. But Luke had a good point a couple years ago about how snow bike kit, the longevity is just kind of amazing. You could run these things forever, and that's not good for making money. If people are riding the same kits for years and years and not buying new ones, the industry needs cash flow. So since the motor isn't attached to the motor is a different purchase, and that's what blows up. How do you make money on just the track kits alone? A snowmobile, everything is all in one unit, so a snowmobile is gonna blow up. So you can keep making money. Plus the technology hasn't really, nothing has truly been a game changer. So really the snow bike kits haven't changed much over the years. So yeah, you can keep running them forever. This is like a 17 Yeti kit. Does just as well as anything else. I mean, there's just very marginal gains, seems like, with anything new coming out. So are they better? Yes, but like I've said, they're not $10,000 better. So Yeti just announced their new setup. I kind of like the look of the suspension, and I'm game for it, but I probably would go with the 3.25 track, which is what Ben here just snow checked. I think I'd go that route, but that's 10 grand. It's not 10 grand better than what I'm riding right now. So again, like, especially in today's economy, if you don't have the discretionary money, why blow 10 grand when this right here does pretty damn good? Yeah, there's still a lot of junk showing here in the woods. So the snowpack hasn't come in as good as I would have hoped in the Blue Mountains here, but the snowpack's pretty good over in the Wild, so I got plenty of riding still over there. It's always weird seeing someone ride without a pack. Sometimes you see some sledders without a pack. Rarely snow bikers though. Especially with airbags now, a lot of people have them. Like they were pulling logs out of here. Oh yeah, it's a huge pile. Oh, they logged it. Wow, this whole hillside. Interesting. Oh, yes. opened this up. Now, oh, there's sled tracks in here. Didn't used to see as many sledder tracks. What is going on with the shutters there? It's up here this fall. That's weird. Yeah, everyone likes to visit a lookout, especially me, since I usually have history with them, or I know the people that have worked them. And this one's close to home. So let's see if they've done any more logging this direction. Oh, sweet cornice. Little cornice collapse. Chunky. Huh. Oh, it is crusty in here. So we got new snow, but in these thicker trees it didn't really come in that well, so finding some of the crust underneath that's been hanging out here for forever. I don't know if I'd even call it a crust. It's just like a nasty surface. My brake's not working too well. Had the banjo bolt come loose a little bit, was leaking out some, so alright, so we're battling a little bit. It's in some unfamiliar territory. This is where we need to be, though. Perfect. Okay. Battling a little bit. Not hearing our other snow bike. See if I can make it through here. Creek is mostly filled in. A few holes. Uh-oh. See a bike upside down. Yep. Bike upside down. Ooh. Don't want to rip through here and go face down in Pedro. Vote for Pedro. Oh yeah, that's the sweet ride out we've done before. Okay. Might have been a little too technical here. You still trapped, or you?
What the hell am I gonna do? Fly my ass out of here?
Yeah, it's all balled up. Once you get going, don't stop.
I can't get going. It's balled up. That means the minute I kick off, I can't steer.
This is the. We have one ski really balling up, so we're gonna abandon the whole adventure option that we were planning on doing. This is really filled in, this little jump zone. Should be the road. Yeah, Pedro. Always a cluster when you go into Pedro. And I picked huckleberries in here once. It's pretty sweet. Right in there, they were thick. Alright, I don't know if this is going to be the end of my ride or not, but we're going back to the parking lot. They were complaining about the snow quality. It is getting warmer out here, but... So you definitely don't ever give up on the good stuff. Always be ready with your snow bike. Northeast Oregon, at least. All the way till June. June's about the time that I'll be like, okay, I'm maybe done. But I'm getting to the point where I don't, I think both of my bikes I'm gonna leave set up. And on that point, like I am sold that to stick with Yeti. I like the new design, but I don't want to spend $10,000 right now on it. I guess it'd be $8,000 if I don't get the 3.25. But it's tough. It's also tough selling new snow bike kits when you can't even sell. The used market isn't selling anything either. So you kind of need, like, I would buy a new one if my used one would sell, but really had not much interest in my long track that I had for sale. So, and that's not just snow bikes. Seems like anything I've listed up for sale here the last couple years just does not sell. The stuff was selling like crazy before that, but I feel bad for the industries that rely on sales. So when I'm not selling used stuff, I'm not buying new stuff. So just accumulated too much junk. I'd like to buy a new Yamaha YZ too. We'll see. I have a feeling next winter I'm going to be riding a lot more just because of my own schedule opening up for that. So when we get back to the parking lot, I've got some wax I'm going to spray on his ski. He had never heard of the wax technique to keep it from balling up, but it was packed in pretty good. And Yeti ski is probably the worst for balling. And in snow biking, balling is not a good term. But I've got some spray on aerosol wax that should do good for him. If we can just get across this highway here without an incident. Oh, good. There goes one vehicle. Oh, it is above freezing for sure. That highway is. All right, we're safe. GoPro, stop recording.